Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Philly Blunt. My name is Johnny Goodtimes.
I'm Reef. Hey, this is Greg.
And we are excited this Friday night to be hanging out with the one and only Joe Gunn.
Yeah,
Joe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having me. Big fan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. First time, long time.
Well, a bunch of times. Remember, you guys had an episode in one of my bars earlier.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So wanted to, we kind of check in with everybody and see how they're hanging up because, you're in the bar business, Jose Pistola's, you got Pistola's del Sur, you got, what's that other one? Yeah, Sancho's. You've probably gotten to pretty much a routine of how your life was going, and then 6-7 weeks ago, suddenly everything stopped in its tracks. So I kind of wanted to see how you're hanging in there and what the adjustment's been like.
Yes, that is very true. A couple of weeks ago, I had a very, very easy life. Everything going very good. My kids were in school. All my friends had jobs and all this other stuff. Right. Then my life got very hard. And now it's the hardest I've ever worked, and I'm at home. It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
Yeah. Are you guys still open?
Yeah, we never stopped delivering and having pickup, so we're still going.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going great, except for the 60 or so people we had to let go.
Right. Jeez.
But they'll be back, and most of them are making more money with this unemployment anyway.
Right. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like, are you wondering if, you'd be harder to hire once things sort of even out?
Totally. There's a couple weird things about it. To get these like federal grants and stuff, if you have them, there's certain rules. We don't have to bore your lovely listeners with all the rules. But basically, you have to spend it all in 8 weeks, and then they'll totally forgive it if you meet this criteria. But that would make everybody making way less money over the next couple months. And, I don't know. It's just not a good feeling. I don't know. So we're just trying to pay everybody that needs it the most to come in, and everyone else will figure it out.
Right.
That was a terrible explanation. I'm trying to. I don't want to get too. I don't know. I don't want to bore anybody, and I don't know. It's not that fun. We did get all of our federal money though for all the places. So that second wave of whatever they did helped.
Is there any way to stop people? Could people just not spend it on their employees and then just go out of business and not repay it?
Oh, that's one way of doing it, I guess. I think it actually becomes a 0% interest loan. They have to pay back fairly quickly. But so if, like, whatever you don't get forgiven, it's almost just like free debt kind of.
Okay. Yeah. We did it with the store, and basically you get it, but you have to spend 75% on employees.
Yeah.
And then you get 25% to spend on whatever you want. But as long as you spend the 75% on employees, then you don't have to pay it back.
Now, when your employees make $2.83 an hour, that's you'd have to hire. You'd have 100 people working a night.
Right. So, what do you think the return is going to be like? Do you have any idea of how different the bar and restaurant business is going to be when we come out of this?
I guess it depends on what you mean out of this. I think when we first start opening up and stuff, there's going to be all types of restrictions and half the tables and all that spacing and stuff you've heard about. But I guess that would only last, my guess is a year or two. And then eventually I think it'll get back to germs everywhere and whatever.
Germs everywhere.
It's a long year or two, man.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what I don't see it happening too quick, right? Unless everyone's cured.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere like maybe Amsterdam, the patrons sit behind like glass almost dividers, and there's a long plate that the server hands them their food. It's all paper menus.
Like a jail visit.
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather do this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. Are you guys gonna have to like put up, see-through barriers between the bartenders and the patrons, or have you guys had any conversations about how different the bars are gonna look when this is all said and done?
No, I think we're just going to wait to see how it plays out. There's only so much thinking you can do about everything before you go crazy.
Right.
Right.
I'm going to do whatever, the experts say, and then we'll just follow the things. I don't want to go overboard and, ruin the place.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be, I've heard things where only 50 people are going to be allowed in a bar at the same time, and I don't know. Sounds expensive.
Yeah. I mean, how is a bar going to survive if you're only allowed to have half as much as what your current capacity is?
Yeah, and that's only the legal fire capacity.
Right.
Knows what we really do.
Yeah.
So, Joe, how does one become a restaurant magnate in the city of Philadelphia? How'd you get started, and how did you go from one spot to many?
Well, it's not many. It's three. That's hey, man. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But it was almost, I don't want to say by accident, but I kind of just went that way. I never had any kind of long-term desire to be in the restaurant business or bar business. I just have done it my whole life. Like, I think I started when I was like 15 as a busboy, and then did everything, worked my way through school, and got a business degree. And my big plan was to be like a stockbroker type guy.
Nice.
And I interned for that for like 6 months, and that was the worst. That job was not what I was expecting. So that's the end of that career. You thought it was going to
just be all just like parties in the penthouse and
lots of
Wolf
cocaine.
of Wall Street shit.
$1 million just analyzing stocks. Basically, we're just in this room with a phone, no friends, and that's it.
Has the business degree helped you? Like, I have a business degree. Those management classes were the worst. So have those management classes come to help you manage business?
Oddly enough, I think the management classes kind of did help a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not like I remember anything from any year of school I've ever attended, but I do remember some about management. I don't even know what it is, but I remember my teacher being good. It was the business calculus that made me drop out of any real hard.
Business calculus?
Yeah, screw that. So what are we talking about? Oh yeah, so I get this lousy degree, right? It's a good degree. It's from Penn State Abington or whatever it's called now, OGOS. And it's kind of like a degree. It says it. And then so my brother-in-law, I was thinking about going back to business school, and my brother-in-law was like, I'm in business school. He's about to graduate Columbia. I wasn't going to anything like Columbia. So knowing him was the smartest thing I ever did. So anyway, he was like, why don't we just open up like a little burrito place and blah, 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 and you learn everything you want to know about business in like a year, and So I thought, well, that's a great idea. I don't have any money for this idea. So we just borrowed a bunch of money. The burrito place became Jose Pistola, blah, blah, blah. That worked out. I opened it with me, my buddy Casey Parker, great buddy of mine, late night bartending. We used to have all these grand plans to open up a place. Mm-hmm. Finally did, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So when let's rewind a little bit, because you said you started in bars when you were 15.
Yeah, White Marsh Country Club, busboy.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I was really good at it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Did the bug get you then in the restaurant business, or did you just think that was just a job you were going to have and had no idea that we'd be here years later talking about the bar and restaurant biz?
I remember as a kid thinking like that anyone in the business older than like 25 was a borderline loser. It's like a 16-year-old busboy. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You're a man, for crying out loud.
You're a man. You're a man.
Get a job.
So then as I got older and I became one of those kind of people, still doing it, I thought maybe that's all right. But it wasn't the love of the restaurants. It was the the thrill of ownership that I guess got me. Because, I am the worst employee.
but a pretty good boss?
Oh, I'm a great boss. I fired everybody that worked for me in one day.
What is your approach to firings? Are you just straight up like walk up to them? You get someone else to knock them out for you?
Yeah, nowadays our managers have to do it. That's good. I like to help hire people, and then I'll never see them again. If But I mean, it sucks. I've had to fire some of my best friends, a couple of them multiple times. But they deserve it.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Hey, man, when you were at the country club, were you like the reverse? Like you see, like you'd be Rodney Dangerfield from Caddyshack bartending at the country club. How were you accepted there?
I didn't quite fit in at the country club. I was a little casual, but I was 15.
Right.
You know?
So, did you work for Fergie for a while?
Yeah. So much later, after degree got tossed in the trash, I was still doing everything. And then I used to hang out at Fergie's all the time. It was like my favorite place. That's where me and Casey met. That's where we started hanging out or whatever. I think he helped me weasel my way into that place. I worked upstairs bar by myself on Friday nights for a couple of while. That was a terrible shift. And then, as luck happened, somebody got fired, and I got to work there for real.
Nice.
What kind of boss is Fergie?
Oh, he's a great boss too.
Yeah, you learned it from him.
You guys have that in common.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Fergie's been a big influence on me. And,
How so?
Well, there's something about, he teaches you how to appreciate the people in the business and the people outside of it. You know what I mean? It seems kind of obvious, but he kind of taught the importance of participating in kind of like the art scene and like just doing what you can for other people, and giving people a job when they need it, even though it's probably not the best, And I don't know, just kind of like maybe moral lessons from the guy.
Right. Yeah.
And how to have personality in a bar without forcing it. Just kind of letting it be itself.
Right.
And letting the people around it kind of add to it,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Was there, you guys were you scared when you opened the spot, when you opened the first spot? Were you like, oh man, this is a huge risk. We're at, 15th and Spruce. This is big time now.
I was oddly confident until we opened, everything seemed like it was a great plan. And we opened, and we were busy from the beginning. So we did well, except that we had never done this before. And I was in charge of like bills and stuff. And I'm not good at that kind of stuff. So we were iffy there for a while. We were burning money. Our first night, I'm walking around with a pitcher of Cantillon, just drinking it out of the pitcher. The pitcher probably cost about $400, So you work your way through that. We survived us owning the bar in our early 30s. And, we're smarter and better or whatever now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then
I'm more scared now. I was more scared about this than opening any of the places. The idea that we would lose all three places over something stupid like this was terrifying.
So quick too.
Yeah, I was in Disney World, and then right before I came home, the whole world shut down, and I came home to a disaster.
Were you stuck down there at all?
Nah, I did it on purpose. We were there literally the day before it closed.
Wow.
So I figure I'm way infected, right? I have to be infected, right? How can I not be?
Right.
Was it super empty or still packed? Like
Still
normal?
packed.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing will stop that place.
Right.
I mean, this tried, and this might.
Yeah. So,
that Mickey Mouse ain't going down without a fight, man. He's a tough bastard.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got federal help.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah. So you come back up, and because for me, I was in Chicago for Geek Bowl, and I flew back.
You gonna let that go by? Not even a comment on that, Joe? He's in Chicago for a Geek Bowl.
Well, I was gonna wait for the sentence to end.
No.
I'm trying. I've told myself all day, don't talk over the fellas.
It's fun if you do. So I get back from Chicago, and I remember just being at the airport, and it was like coming, like when I was there, people were talking about it, but it still seemed like this far off thing,
right?
That was affecting, China, but it wasn't necessarily coming here anytime soon. And then, whatever it was, that Tuesday or Wednesday, it was that Wednesday, they announced that the NBA player had caught it. And then the dominoes, I felt like that was the moment when the dominoes just started falling.
Yeah. It was either him or that actor. What was that actor's name? Idris Elba? Is that who had it?
You mean
Idris Elba had it. Yeah. Tom Hanks had it. Rudy Gobert. Yep.
That's when I knew it was for real. And then the Prime Minister of England has it.
Yeah, that one didn't upset me as much as Idris Elba and Tom Hanks.
Is that guy all right? I haven't heard anything about the Prime Minister since it. Is that dude okay?
Unfortunately,
he's fine.
He's recovered.
Yeah.
Well, what's the NBA?
One of the nurses.
Once the NBA shuts down, it's for real.
Yeah,
that's where our leaders take their moral compass or their duties from. The NBA shut down. Oh shit, this is for real.
Right. Yep.
And then do you like when that happened? Were you like, oh shit, we're gonna have to shut the bar down?
Yeah, but there's something about
was there like a moment when you were like, oh shit, this means that we're gonna lock the doors?
Yes, I thought I followed it pretty hard from the beginning, and I kind of thought that we were getting there even before I left for my trip. I thought, it's possible that this thing, not this. I thought we might be closed for a couple weeks or something.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I mean, I don't even think it's worth guessing right now. People are still guessing. There's no sign of anything getting better or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said your kids are home. How old are they, and how are you as an at-home parent, homeschooling and all that jazz?
They're 8.
Great answer.
They're 8, 10, and 12.
Yeah.
Their education has decreased since they've come home. Mainly because no one on earth knows how to do math anymore. The way that they're teaching these kids math.
I mean, they're following you. You dropped out because of calculus. I mean,
well, they're not doing business calculus. They're doing math. They're doing adding fractions.
They learned it from you, Dad. They learned it from you.
Not this math.
Yeah.
This math is tough.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not good at it. I mean, we stay up too late. We all wake up around lunchtime.
Right.
My kid, my fourth grader, in 1 week, it's 51 emails from his teachers. What? So at that point, I'm just done. That to me, that is 0 emails to read because that's out of control.
Yeah. Right. That's more than you get at the bar.
51. I mean, I counted them and went crazy. Like I almost threw up. Sorry.
Yeah. So, are you getting out in the city at all? Are you guys going out, or are you guys pretty much just quarantining and hunkering down?
No, I don't do anything. I've been out a couple times for food and wine, and then that's about it. My wife works in an OR emergency room, operating room. She's a nurse anesthetist, so she's on my ass about staying in and stuff. I'm not allowed to do anything.
How's she holding up dealing with all this stuff? Is she like she's in the thick of it, huh?
Yeah, she's fucking crazy. She works like 2 24-hour shifts a week and then a couple overnights right now, and her life's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's you and the kids most of the time then.
It's me and the kids every second.
So are they sitting around watching your appearance right now, or what are they
doing? Right now, they're downstairs. No one's allowed upstairs.
There you go.
Trust me, they'd be all over this place. They wanted to be on it. Nope.
No chance.
No. I'm actually in the midst of maybe starting my own podcast, and I'm not going to let them on there either.
Nah.
Of course not.
You know what I have to say? I'm wearing in honor of you, my Philly Beer Week shirt.
What?
One of my favorite moments of the year, which of course isn't going to happen this year, is your late night talk show during Beer Week. Oh man, that is like two of my favorite nights of the year.
Awesome.
I think you need to take the late night talk show onto what we're doing here, which is onto Facebook Live, and just let it.
I mean, he's got a sound guy. He's got like a theme song with it and stuff.
Oh wait! I lost you for a second. No, I want a sound guy. I don't want to see. I've actually been working on my theme song. I can't play it right now because I need to have my lyrics. But that's coming along pretty good too.
Why don't you just play it now and then just kind of the lyrics, just sort of.
Yeah, I mean, we have some people who have some music experience to give you some feedback.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to hit buttons on my computer. Hold on.
All right.
It's right next to me though. We can talk about other stuff while we're looking for it. You guys have something?
This is like when
have any sponsors? Do you edit this or is this live?
This is live, man.
It's live, man. While you're looking for that, how long does your margarita mix last? I picked up some on Tuesday. I got a bunch left over.
Usually about a half hour.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's tons of sugar and acid in it, so it's probably good for about 10 days.
All right, cool.
But that's not healthy I wouldn't go drinking it. Hold on.
This is like when Tony Luke played us his new
Oh,
song.
yeah. We got a bunch of music debuts on this show now.
Yeah, this is going to be so exciting. Oh, wait, this might be it. Hold on. It's a free app.
Nice. Would you describe your musical stylings?
Stolen? Hold on. This might be it. Hold on. Later. Hold on.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
This is right out of Cornbread's book. The anticipation.
This is exactly what Cornbread's. It's all about anticipation.
Oh, here. Oh, sorry, I talked over it. Is that too loud?
No.
Are you ready?
Go ahead, rock out.
No, we couldn't hear it.
And then I'll add the lyrics.
Okay.
Joe Gunn.
Nice.
Joe
Gunn. Yeah. It's got a hook.
Yeah.
Joe Gunn.
And Mel's my friend.
No.
Joe.
Oh God.
And Mel.
Yeah, man.
So it goes like that.
That's hot.
That's emotional. It's passionate.
Yeah.
I like
me.
Yeah.
So Mel's the co-host.
The program.
Yeah.
It took me all of like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like a Bob Dylan, John Lennon lyricist. It's good stuff.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So Mel's your co-host?
Are you allowed to use like pre-mixed things like this on podcasts and shit?
You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
Right.
Facebook hasn't shut us down yet.
We're living through Mad Max. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Right.
if you use the copyright piano riff. All right.
Yeah.
It's just free man for himself at this point. You'll be fine.
It really is. Have you been driving at all? Driving's hilarious.
Yeah.
Some may call frightening.
Oh my Lord, it's amazing. I drive down Broad Street all the time, right? And it is just crazy.
Yeah. I had there was an accident like across the street where some guy just smashed in the back of another car. I think zombies behind the wheel, and they just like because there's like nothing,
there's nothing to stop you. There's not enough people to keep your interest.
There's nothing to think about. Normally when you're driving, you're like thinking, okay, person, okay, car, okay, dog, okay, baby. And now there's nothing. It's like you're on the freeway, 19th and Bainbridge.
Right. I know. I'm the same exact way. It's everywhere. There's not enough people to keep you honest or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, when things were normal, we had the South Philly slide. That's just like a straight gun it through the stop sign.
Yeah, I can't drive in South Philly anyway. That's always lawless.
Yeah, I earlier today, I was running the grocery store and a car just completely ran a red right in front of me. Unfortunately, I stopped and I saw that the license plate were New Jersey. So I was like, all right, at least some things are still normal. Like,
Right.
We haven't lost everything. There's still some things we can count on.
Right.
It was comforting. It was comforting.
Right.
All right. Do we want to take this to the take it to the blunt?
Let's go, man.
What does that mean?
Oh, it means we're getting ready to hit you with rapid fire questions.
Oh, no, that's right. I'm sorry. I knew about rapid fire questions.
Yeah. Big fan he is. He listens to every episode.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah.
My favorite. I love Feminista Jones.
Oh yeah. Who did?
I love
that was
that was a hot one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I really like that lady. She's really cool. All right.
Yeah.
So wait, is this like a one-word answer, or like I give a little, I'm a little talky.
If you got a good story, you can go into the story.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep one sentence. We're trying to.
All right.
All right. What is your spirit animal?
Charmander.
Okay.
All right. Your last name's Gunn. What type of gun would best describe you?
All right. I think I would go with the old school cat gun, the one that would smell real bad and pain in the ass and it would never work. And it looked like a gun, so even if you used it nowadays, you'd probably get killed, especially you, Reef. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I know.
So I like those. I like those terrible little guns.
Okay.
Are you a robe or a towel gentleman?
I wish I was a robe guy, but I'm barely a towel guy.
You're working on. You got robe aspirations.
They seem like such a great idea and very lovely, but I just wouldn't have time to put it on. And if I did, it would be all I talk about was me in this robe. So I guess I'll go towel guy.
All right.
What's your karaoke song?
I've never done karaoke, but I guess if I had to do one.
You've never done karaoke?
Slam, do, whatever that song is.
Oh,
Onyx.
Onyx. Yeah, I'll do Slam.
You actually sound like Sticky Fingers kind of to one of the rappers. All right, Joe. Give me 3 words to describe your thoughts on people who leave bad reviews on Yelp.
3 words.
3 words.
All right. Entitled, clueless, semi-accurate. Is that good?
Yeah, I think that pretty much nails it.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes they're right on, and that's
right.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I'm kind of I'm going with the 3 words theme as well. 3 words that describe your reaction to SIPs not happening this year.
Whatever, dude. We stopped doing SIPs a couple years ago, actually. We just
you've had some great comments,
and it works out great.
Yeah, you've had some great comments about the young professional males 21 to 25 that come out for Center City SIPs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Those fucking guys. I'm sorry.
No, those fucking guys.
Yeah. You're expressing what we're all feeling.
I know, but I tried so hard to get through this thing without cursing one time, thinking it might be live.
What's one skill you wish you could pick up immediately?
Photography. I've always said if I could do anything else for a living, it'd be photography, just because I love it so much. But I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Like black room, all that kind of stuff.
We just had a great photographer on the show. Like, what was it? 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Switch. Everybody wants my job.
Joe, I'm gonna go basic here.
Right.
What's in your tacos?
In mine or everybody's? Like
yours.
Restaurants or my favorite taco?
Your taco. What's in your taco? Break it down.
All right. All right, I have a great idea for my taco. If I was ever allowed to pick one, right? All right, it would be a giant tortilla, right, in half, almost like a burrito, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whole strip steak, right? Peas, béarnaise sauce from scratch, and maybe a little mashed potato to take the edge off.
Okay, that's like an American style. Yeah, that's like old school. Yeah,
giant thing. Yeah.
What advice would you give 18-year-old Joe?
Try a little bit harder at school when you were 14. My biggest regret was not going anywhere for a good college. Or at least going away, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I would love to try to do that, even though it probably would have killed me.
Yeah, I was going to ask too, what would have happened? What would you be like now if you had stuck around and been like a Wall Street guy?
I don't know. If I was still doing it, I'd probably be all into it, so I'd probably be the worst. You know what I mean?
Bluetooth, hair slicked back. Suspenders.
I mean, because once you get into it too much, you can't get out of it. It's like you lose everything. You lose, you're just screwed. That's what it seems like. So it's better to get out day one than age 40.
Yeah. Right. I have 3 kids. My daughter is my favorite. Who's your favorite kid?
My daughter's my favorite, and I tell them every day.
You are co-creator of a legendary beer in town called Dallas Sucks. Right. So, who's your all-time favorite Eagle?
All-time favorite Eagle? Maybe Jerome Brown. I love Jerome Brown. That was one of my worst memories as a kid. Hearing that he died in his little car accident. And worse yet, his little nephew next to him. That was a terrible thing.
Yep.
What's your all-time least favorite cowboy?
Least favorite cowboy? I mean, that's easy. Deion Sanders is my least favorite person. I like Deion Sanders less than I like terrorists.
What is it about prime time? Rubs you the wrong way, Joe?
He was just so full of shit. He claimed he claims that he tried to commit suicide by driving his car off a cliff, and God caught him. Not a single scratch on him or the car. And he's been fired twice from a school he started. I hate him. I hate everything about him. He was good as shit, though.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
This is my last one, Joe. How do you make a marriage work? What's the secret?
Well, you work opposite schedules.
Yes. Same here.
I guess it's all that communication shit, but if you don't see them, you don't need communication.
Right. It's the magic trick.
I think you just find the 3 things that each other hates the most. Don't do those 3 things, and you got a shot.
There you go.
Right.
3 celebrities you'd love to have a beer with.
Oh, man. Paul Rubens, the guy who played Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, I love
Pee Wee Herman. I think that guy's Norm Macdonald. And
Norm's funny.
I don't know. Robert Smith from The Cure.
Oh, yeah?
I just want to see what that'd be like. He'd probably be all from shit.
He'd be like,
yeah, just always looking at you. I love him, but my God, he's a weird guy.
What group, money's no object, what artist or group do you want playing your birthday this year?
Radiohead.
Oh, nice.
I hate to sound like a normal nerd guy, but I would take them all day. And I've been listening a lot to this Cigar Rose. You guys ever hear this band?
Yeah, they're great.
They're good as shit. They're from Iceland. And I've been singing their fucking songs all the time because I've been listening to them all the time, but they're all in Icelandic. I don't know one word, but I can't stop singing them.
You're still singing them.
And you pronounce the name right. Most people call them Sugar Rios. So
well,
props
I've been
to
practicing. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't practice. They have. I mean, one of their word songs is a 1-letter word song, and I don't know how to pronounce it. It's an A, but it has like a hat on it. So I don't know. It's a 1-letter. It's so frustrating. I find it funny.
Well, what would be your at-bat song if you were a baseball player? What song do you walk up to?
Dream a Little Dream. Just for no reason, huh?
Yeah, just throw the pitcher off. Throw the pitcher off.
It's like your opponent out.
Yeah. But I want it to be dumb, and I want the guy to be like, why did he pick such a dumb song?
He was just all confused.
You know?
I got
it. Sorry. My little tripod fell.
Joe, do you have anything in your room that you're in that you give us a little show and tell about?
Well, it's a mess right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. See over here?
Nice.
That's my Jose Pistola's Lego set.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's all destroyed right now. But it's to scale. I'm going to use it for commercials.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fantastic,
yeah, thank you so
man.
much. This was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've heard tales of your awesomeness for many years, and it's nice to finally, you're great, man. You're great.
Well, let's hang out sometime for real when we're all allowed to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Love that.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Do I have to hit a button or something?
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to be the first one out.